for all areas of your home, like smoke and carbon monoxide alarms and fire safety equipment. Pick up a kit of fire extinguisher for just $19.99 through December 7th. And don't forget to check out our flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman from KBN. You're listening to 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, WBEVAM, Beaver Dam, Dodge County, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
It's time for the Damn Sports Show, presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun, featuring a real athlete.
I am an athlete. I am going to show up and dominate.
Wally Lukaczynski, covering everything Titletown and pro college and high school sports around South Central Wisconsin. Here are these heroes, really heroes.
Just proving the hero that I am, just in the nick of time to be tortured for all of your enjoyments at home.
Okay, here are these heroes now. Broadcasting live on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, Daily Dodge TV, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
And welcome into the Damn Sports Show here on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV. It's a busy Thursday today. We got stuff happening all over the state. We have Riley Yaukin from ESPN Madison today. We're going to have to talk a little bit here in a moment about what's going to be going on over there tonight at the UW Fieldhouse. He's going to have boots on the ground for us there. But we got to talk about the Packers today, too. The defensive line's pretty banged up. We got to figure out whether or not this is going to be a group that can not only sustain this weekend, but going into January, and whether or not that is feasible or not at this point. Then when we go into the second block today, we have the great Hunter Vaughn, your teammate, my teammate.
Yeah, he's in Disney World right now.
He's in Disney World?
Yeah, did you know that?
Oh my gosh, there's a chance that you and I might get talking a little extra Packers today then when we call if he's not answering.
Yeah, we'll see. He might be in line for a Magic Mountain or whatever it's called.
Magic Mountain. All right, yeah. I guess when we go, I'll let you know right now, Jack up there, Jack Wilski, our wonderful producer today. You can give a call to Hunter in that first block. If it doesn't hit, that is quite all right. We have more than enough to be going on with today.
Yeah, maybe I should have. Maybe we should have brought that up in the pre-show meeting.
No, it's funny now that you mention it because we had Hunter Vaughn on in a different time because a couple times the last couple weeks we had WIAA state football. And then we're like, all right, we're going to move things around. So with all the shifting, I'm like, we're finally back. Last week was Thanksgiving. All right, so it was another Tuesday. Yep. All right, cool, no problem. Probably not. Say Magic Mountain might be the winner of this one.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. He's been totally AWOL from everything, and rightfully so for work this week. So,
I would probably say that's a heavy, a questionable designation on the injury report.
We're getting close to doubtful at this point.
I'm going to be honest. That's kind of what
I mean, there's a Cowboys game tonight, so there is a chance now. It's Thursday too. He's been there for a little while. You know, he's done with all the rides, all the food, all the beignets and whatnot. And now he's ready to talk some ball again.
Yeah, plop up shop down there at the downtown Disney ESPN station.
Exactly.
Throw a pop or two back and watch his Cowboys. Hopefully lose. I don't know.
Yeah, I might be rooting for the Cowboys tonight because they're playing the Lions.
Yeah,
so,
see, that's fair. That's one of those where regardless of who wins or loses, you get to like silver lining, and you can talk a narrative into it either way.
Exactly. Yeah, because if the Lions win, it's like, oh, we beat them twice. I don't care. Packers control their own destiny in the NFC North. Who cares? And they're a good team. They're going to bounce back. And then if the Cowboys win, it's like, oh, Lions, you're never getting back to the NFC Championship game, my friend. You guys are done.
Well, before we even get going, because it does sound like there is a chance that we're going to have an extra bit of Packers talk going into today.
Possible.
Before we get to that, you are boots on the ground tonight.
Yes.
At the UW Fieldhouse because the women's volleyball tournament starts tonight. And Eastern Illinois is in the building. It's a big Wisconsin versus Illinois week. We're going to start with the win tonight, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. There's no question. I mean, it could be the overall number 1 seed, Nebraska, at the Fieldhouse right now, and I'm still picking the Badgers tonight. But given that it's Eastern Illinois, I'm even more confident. It's going to be a sweep. It's not going to be close. The women's volleyball bracket, it's built, it's structured the same as March Madness, but there's a lot less madness involved. It's a lot of chalk, but it is going to be really fun. There's going to be lots of really good volleyball tonight. The 6th seed UTEP is taking on North Carolina tonight before Wisconsin, Eastern Illinois. So I actually don't know when the match is going to start. I do know pre-match coverage begins on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app at 6 p.m. tonight. Jesse Nelson, our studio anchor, will have you covered there. But he could be going for 20 minutes. He could be going for an hour and a half with pre-match coverage. So I'm excited to see how that goes. I'll definitely be listening on my drive back down, but I'm going to be helping out our guy Pablo Iglesias do the socials down at the Fieldhouse.
Another friend of the program here.
Exactly. I know he's filled in a couple times up here. Great dude, Pablo. We love all the work he's done. He's great. He actually encouraged me to put out a video yesterday that's doing well. So he's got that. He's got that.
He's got a social mind for like social media that is so rare that it's so great. We have a social connect each Friday, and every time I hear him, I'm like, wow, that's brilliant. I need to be doing more of that.
He's got good ideas. So I get to be his protege, so to speak, at the Fieldhouse today. And I haven't been to a volleyball game, I think, in 2 years at the Fieldhouse. So I'm pumped to get to hear the Point Wisconsin. On Wisconsin. I just love all the pageantry surrounding college athletics, so I'm so fired up just to be there tonight.
You should be. And when you mentioned the pageantry too, this is the University of Wisconsin as a whole. I know that you've been doing talking about the Badgers each week, the football team.
For better or for worse.
A harder task to do. But when you're talking about any of the other athletic programs, it feels like at the school, it is in such a healthy place. And there's a fire and an excitement around volleyball up here that I don't think that you can say for almost any other state, maybe sans Nebraska out here. Mm-hmm. But it's cool to see what this sport has become, and it's a huge credit to what Kelly Sheffield and what those women over there at the University of Wisconsin have been able to do.
I think Madison, Wisconsin may be the best college volleyball town in the world outside of Lincoln, and Austin, I think, is right there with Madison. I know those Longhorns, they're whining about the playoff right now, but their women's volleyball team is very good. But I was at Kelly Sheffield's press conference earlier this week, and he's such a good coach. Like, he's so enjoyable to listen to. And the biggest thing that he harked on was that this year's team is just such a joy to coach. They're so fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. He said, if anything, the struggle is to get them to lock in a little bit, and he's not worried about that, obviously, come tournament time, and they're playing their best volleyball right now. So it's very fun. You look at women's hockey is number 1 in the country. Men's hockey.
That one hurt me, though.
I forgot Ohio State's.
I had Taylor Smith call into the show last year to give me a hard time about it. She used to be the admin for the program.
Rightfully so as well. Yeah, I forgot. We should have won that
game, but whatever.
Hockey. Let's go.
The penalty shot never should have counted. But you know what? That's fine. Another conversation another day. We're going to be getting, I think, I'm calling my shot now. We're going to get the 5th straight year of an Ohio State, University of Wisconsin national championship. The rubber match is finally here.
No? Yeah, we're heading into divisional series. Game 5 is coming up, winner take all.
It's a divisional series now. I mean, who knows? We might be looking at a World Series in a couple of years.
Exactly. It's going to be best of 7. No one else can even hold a candle to our two programs.
That's fair. So. You know what? We can at least meet in the middle here.
Yeah.
This is the gentleman handshake right in the middle.
Exactly. And it's nice to talk to an Ohio State fan and be able to be on the level ground with them, because usually it's like Ohio State's up here and I'm like, dang. It'd be nice to be up there.
Well, and right now, too, we just had National Signing Day pass yesterday. Huge shout-out, by the way, Wyatt Graffin of the Columbus High School. He signed last night for Central Michigan.
Oh, congrats. At Chippewa.
First-team All-State offense and defensive line this year. That's banana lands to begin with. Mm-hmm. So huge congrats to him. But the reason I bring that up is that Wisconsin, we are still trying to see that growth in whether it be funding or the recruiting itself.
Yep.
And you mentioned the parity the parity in hockey. This is champagne problems, and I think it's hilarious too. I was seeing tweets earlier today of Ohio State fans complaining about having the 7th class in the country. Be like, you just defended a national championship. You're undefeated. How are you only at 7? And I even caught myself laughing, like, okay, Buckeye fans are a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, come on. Like, you're wearing the merch right now. Like, you have a national champion shirt on right now. You know how much I would pay? You know how much I would give to have anything like that right now? Oh, man, the Badgers have like the 68th ranked class in the country right now. They're investing as much as Appalachian State.
You told me that. I can't get over that. So it's like
it's
par with the
unofficial.
Mountaineers.
It's according to On3, but it's like, why are we investing the same amount as a Sun Belt team? What are we doing? I don't get it. And that's I think the most frustrating thing about Wisconsin football. I know we're supposed to talk Packers this segment, but
this actually works, especially with Hunter. Because you have been following the Badgers football team all year.
Yes.
And I do this is a good place to almost put a bow on the season right now, because you have covered so closely. You and I were Luke Fickell guys when at the start of this season you actually came on the show and we talked about it, how you and I were going to stand on the table. We didn't care what anybody said.
Pound our chest.
He's the dude. And I told you I started wavering. I'm not going to lie to you, in the middle of the season. But now once we got to that month of November, you split. You win a couple ranked matchups, couple tight losses or competitive losses at the very least. Do you think that the Badgers are once again going back in a positive direction and Luke Fickell can be the dude?
Yeah, it's really hard to say after the debacle that was the Minnesota game and having to watch little brother storm the field and chop down their goalpost with the axe. That hurt a lot, and it's really hard to feel positive about the season with that image baked into your mind. But I do think that month of November gave a lot of reasons for optimism. You have a young core in Cooper Catalano, Mason Posa, Gideon Atuka. I'm praying that Eugene Hilton Jr. stays. We'll see. And it seems like Luke Fickell is a defensive guy, that ultimately his teams are going to be based around defense, like tough nose, physical, grind it out, like a peak Jim Leonard defense, like Wisconsin football. It's going to be surrounded by a tough defense. They tried to get a running game going this year, didn't really pan out. Injuries, et cetera, on the offensive line to the quarterback spot.
At some point, the quarterback health luck.
You'd think it would change. You'd think, and I think that's the biggest area you need to address. The team has regressed under Luke Fickell, record-wise, 7-6, 5-7, 4-8. So I completely understand why people would still be out on Fickell, and that Minnesota loss, I think, lost a lot of goodwill with people who are on the fence. However, there were reasons for optimism, and this is what it comes down to. For me, it's not really a Luke Fickell question. We know he's coming back next year. Chris McIntosh gave him the vote of confidence. He's coming back. That's not going to change. However much you hate Luke Fickell, he's coming back.
100%.
My bugaboo is the athletic department said they're going to invest more in the football program. Ted Kellner came on our airwaves on KBN on the Homer Hour saying that Wisconsin would go from a bottom third spender, which why are we a bottom third spender in the Big Ten to begin with? That's unacceptable. To a top third spender. So you're only getting beat out by Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Oregon, etc., Penn State, whatever. That needs to change, and we need to see tangible evidence of it changing. We didn't see it yesterday with Amari Latimer, 4-star running back, had been committed to Wisconsin, flipped to West Virginia. That, maybe listening to Fickell's philosophy and how he's changed that with recruiting over the past 3 years, that was actually very interesting yesterday. Fickell was talking about how he's intentionally going with a smaller class. They're treating them like draft picks, and they're going to be very disciplined with investments, which could be that if Amari Latimer and his agent, they're not going to risk tons of their money they have on an unproven product in Amari Latimer. Fair. If that's what it means and that's what ends up happening, totally fine, doesn't bother me. However, if you're going to say that, if you're going to miss out on arguably the biggest recruit in the class, Ryan Hopkins also right up there as well, you better attack the transfer portal like your job depends on it, because it does. They need to spend as much money as humanly possible in the portal to get the best veteran players, or even young guys. Like, the best possible portal pickups need to happen for this Wisconsin football team. Otherwise, it was all just words and no action behind it, and Wisconsin is going to continue to falter no matter how good of a coach Luke Fickell is. They're going to suck next year, and that's how it'll be.
See, the thing I've really struggled with, because over the last 5 years with the new transfer portal, with the investment in NIL fund, it's changed the way that we viewed how fast a turnaround should happen. Because about 30 years ago, guys like Barry Alvarez, when they were on the scene, it takes them 3 or 4 years until not only are there guys in, the systems in, the mentalities in, the cultures in, and now you have guys shifting so much from school to school, playing for different reasons than they did before. It's hard to get that buy-in. So I've been struggling with the fact that this year I did feel like you needed to be in that functional, like right around bowl eligibility.
Yep.
But then you go back to the quarterback and to the injuries, and they've gone to the well 100 times, it feels like, to the veteran transfer quarterback. And when those guys get hurt, there has to be someone behind that can be able to throw the ball. And peace and love to Hunter Simmons. At this point, he should not be the guy out there in games like Minnesota.
That was the reason they lost the Minnesota game. It was Hunter Simmons. Like, I'm sorry, there's no reason he should be in that football game. I understand you clearly don't trust Carter Smith to throw the football for whatever reason, but that, one, proves for the future that Carter Smith isn't the guy. At least not for next year. He's not the guy. And then also, in the immediate, loses you the game against Minnesota because Hunter Simmons is throwing hospital balls to his wide receivers, and when he's not doing that, he's throwing it to the Gophers, the guys in the maroon. Like, it was so frustrating, and I could not fathom. He was great for the one drive. Just leave him in, and he's a hero. He gets rid of all the bad blood, all the bad juju from earlier in the season against Iowa and whatnot. If he just has that one perfect pass to Vinny Anthony, and then Carter Smith comes and leads him to a victory in the second half. But nope, got to get greedy. He's got to stay out there for a whole half. Throw it, throw away the game. Why don't you? He'll be a great accountant someday, though. I do believe that. He's in a master's program with a couple of my friends, and they've seen I do respect.
It's a hell of a school in Madison. You're going to get a degree. Pick the right place.
That he did, which I respect. And I respect the fact that even after his terrible games, my friends told me he came to class.
Wow,
which is legit.
That's hard.
So I think he's a high character dude. And that was the thing about Fickell's teams, the Badgers this year specifically, is that they didn't quit. Like, they were playing hard throughout, and you could tell they found themselves throughout the season, which is so hard to do, like you were saying, with the transfer portal and everyone flip-flopping all the time, more people in it for me rather than the program as a whole. And that was what really impressed me, and why I still believe that Fickell is a good coach and can still put together a winning product on the field. He didn't just forget in the past 3 years, because these guys clearly bought into what he was selling this past year, and I think that will increase. It's just, do you have the talent on the field to win games in the Big Ten?
And that's the thing, because it comes down to one thing next year. You have to win football games. This team has to be bowl eligible. I don't even know if 6-6 can be good enough. You have to be it's a very weak schedule compared to what we saw this year.
Yep.
And then, so for me, yes, the winning games, it goes to the investment that you have to have from the school. It has to go back to be able to keep guys in state, whether it's you're getting the transfers back that have left. But the offensive line used to be a sense of pride in this state, and you had a border around the state. Nobody could go in. Now it's whether it's Central Michigan taking Wyatt Graffin from Columbus when he had an offer from Columbus, or you have guys from River Falls that are going down to Indiana who didn't even get offered by the University of Wisconsin. Make that make sense. It's time to produce. And if you don't go out and produce this next year, there's going to be a lot of heads that roll, and we're going to see a very different Badgers program for the foreseeable future.
Yep, it's make or break, and it's scary. It's a scary place to be, but at this point, man, like, I love college football so much. It just sucks that the season's over. Like, I want to watch the Badgers again. Like, this Saturday, it makes my work life a little more relaxed, I guess. Like, I have a little less on my plate, but just sucks. I want to see that motion W again.
Well, I hope we get to see you and Corey Sparks again call this next year. You guys were phenomenal.
Thank you. I hope they let us do it again.
Yeah, you guys weren't the reason that the losses were coming. I assure you on that. But yeah, a huge shout out to our man Corey Sparks out there. Again, you guys were absolutely terrific. Reminder, you can listen not only on 100.5 and the ESPN Wisconsin app, you're going to be able to listen to that Badger volleyball match right here with pregame starting at 6 on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam as well. A lot of options here in this part of the state for a lot of fun tonight. But we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're actually going to talk the Green Bay Packers because it is Bears week, and we have to talk about that defensive line, Riley. A lot of questions there, and we're going to get to the answer. That's next here on the Dam Sports Show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
If you've met your healthcare deductible for the year, scheduling a surgery, screening, or checkup with Watertown Regional Medical Center today could save you a lot of money. Your out-of-pocket expenses could be minimal or even nothing, but only if your care is scheduled before your deductible resets in January. A few examples of screenings or procedures include colonoscopies, mammograms, or hernia repairs. For more information on all services provided by Watertown Regional, go to watertownregional.com. Maximize your healthcare deductible before year end. That's why we're here.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving and let's achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Departments of Health Services, Transportation, and Justice.
It's the holiday season, the best time of the year for sports. Bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes, it's all happening at once. Hey, it's Mark Tauscher with ESPN Wisconsin, and there's one place where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks. It's the simplest way to play daily fantasy. Make your player picks in less than 60 seconds. Just choose more or less on at least 2 player stats. You get them right, you can cash in. And new this season, early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you might be able to cash out before the game even ends. And with stacks, you could pick the same player up to 3 times in one lineup. Like more on Giannis's rebounds, points, threes, assists. You can only do that on Prize Picks. Deposits are fast and easy with Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You can catch a pair of high school games Friday night on Daily Dodge TV. First, the Beaver Dam boys hockey team plays host to Milton at the Family Center. Coverage begins at 6:45 with the puck dropping at 7. Beaver Dam boys basketball teams across the street welcoming Monona Grove to town with a 7 o'clock pregame show and a 7:15 first tip. It's Beaver Dam high school boys hockey and boys basketball Friday night on Daily Dodge TV.
The market at Beaver Dam makes holiday entertaining easy. Don't miss the 2-day annual Cookie Walk, Friday and Saturday, December 12th and 13th. Skip the stress and let Granny's Bakery do the baking.
Sports fans,
from a festive
whether you're
assortment
chasing
of
the
fresh
hottest
baked
rookie
cookies,
card,
just
that next
$9.99
big
a pound.
autographed
Perfect.
sports card, or looking for expert card
treat for
services,
you, and
Real
save on
Sports
more
Cards is
holiday
here
favorites.
for you. For everything from sports to Pokemon cards, visit the store in downtown Waupun today. Go to the Apple Store or Google Play and download the Real Sports Cards app for all live online card breaks. Watch, collect, and win from anywhere. Real Sports Cards, where sports fans come to play. Pints of moisture per day. That's 12.5 gallons. The April Air dehumidifier is quiet, energy efficient, and backed by an impressive 5-year replacement warranty. If you want a crisp, dry lower level for more living space or storage, call Air Care at 920-356-8860. Big enough to serve you and small enough to care.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join me, Rich Eisen, weekdays from noon to 2. Now back to the Dam Sports Show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Said our names, it's kind of just like crazy, so it's just a little weird.
Hey, that's an honor. Rich Eisen has never said my name, so
he probably wouldn't say my name if he knew what I'd said about his alma mater this last week and a half. But
I could see that. He may regret his decision to say your name just looking at you right now.
He needs to join me. Hey, come on, we're trying to usher him in. I played Mr. Brightside on Monday to make the fans happy.
Wow, that
was truly, really big of me.
Yeah, that's an honorable move. Very honorable.
When they defended the M like they did after the game, I had to make sure that I really gave them the flowers they deserve.
How could you not respect that? Hail to the losers.
Hail to the losers is right. And hopefully we're saying hail to the losers to those bums down in Chicago this next week, because the Packers and Bears are taking place after the flex too. It's going to be in that like primetime slot in the middle of the day.
America's game of the week.
It's America's game of the week, and that is the truth too. And Riley, we were teasing it at the start of the show, and one of the questions that I've been asking this week is that with Devontae Wyatt's injury and the interior defensive line being as thin as it is, not only is this defensive line good enough to stop a rush attack in Chicago that has been very strong, and then beyond that, this is a team that hopes to play in January and beyond. Are they built to do that in your mind?
We're going to see. I think we're going to find out pretty quickly on Sunday, probably in those first few drives. Monangai and Swift are both very impressive. I remember watching Kyle Monangai at Rutgers last year when they played against the Badgers, and I remember I was impressed with how the Badgers were able to stop him. And he got his, which I think we might see a little bit of that this week with the Packers, Bears. Monangai and Swift, they get theirs. However, you can't let them run like they did against the Eagles last week. The Packers just can't let that happen. Like they ran for, I think Swift ran for 120 and Monangai 150, or maybe vice versa. Regardless, it was absolutely insane.
Against that front seven,
exactly,
mind you.
with a very frightening front seven for Philadelphia. And I think, I mean, if you want my honest opinion right now, I don't think this Packers front seven is built to stop that rushing attack right now. But I'm hopeful that they prove me wrong. Like, I'm excited to see how Warren Brinson does, how Nazir Stackhouse does, a couple of rookies getting in the mix. I mean, Devontae Wyatt goes down. He's a Georgia Bulldog. You got Stackhouse and Brinson, also both former Georgia Bulldogs. So
there's something going on in the water down there. Talk about those the guys on the defensive line. It's insane what Kirby Smart and what they've been able to do down there in Georgia.
Oh my gosh, yeah, just wild. And the Packers love their Georgia guys.
They have noticed that too.
Yeah, Javon Bullard as well. Like, it's nuts. So maybe those two Bulldogs can recreate Wyatt in the aggregate, because it was brutal seeing him go down like that, because you knew it looked bad on
so
replay,
late in the game
and
too.
he's been having his best season up until this point. So I hope that the Packers defense and those rookies. Then they also signed Jordan Riley today off the Giants practice squad, which great last name. Very curious to see how he fits into the mold. But without Lucas Van Ness as well, you have Quay Walker should be back. He was upgraded to full availability at practice, or full participation at practice today. And then I'm forgetting one. Carl Brooks, he's working his way back. He missed last week, but was limited in weeks before. So I'm hoping that with these guys coming back from injuries and with some rookies stepping up, they can fill that void. But I am a little nervous.
You should be nervous, but I think that that's a good thing too. We talked with Jason Wilde a little yesterday, and it really feels like for the first time in possibly 20 years, the NFC North is at a hatred point and an actual competitive point that we have not seen. And while, the Vikings are down this year, you have or at least I have a lot of faith in that coaching staff that they're going to turn it around over the foreseeable future. You might be looking at 4 legitimate playoff teams year in and year out, and this is one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL.
Yeah.
And the idea of, the Russ defense has struggled. I get that these guys aren't college athletes, that the hate might feel more fan base than on the field, so to speak. I think that they're going to elevate their game and make Caleb Williams have to do enough to win that game. And if they're able to do that, at this stage of his career, Caleb Williams has been wildly inaccurate. He still has those moments where he looks like that guy that can be an upper echelon quarterback in the league. But if you make him throw the ball in 3rd and 8 versus it being 3rd and 3, because you're not getting stops on 1st and 2nd down, that's going to be the entire game. If you win 1st down, the Packers are going to win the game.
Oh, yeah. 100%. And I think as long the Packers, if they are leading by a touchdown or more in let's say the last 8 minutes of the game, they win the game. Like, you force Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is only consistently dangerous, which I don't understand this. He's only consistently dangerous when he's trailing by like a field goal with 2 minutes left, and he has the opportunity to win the game, which I respect, quite frankly. I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I hate the Chicago Bears, but I can respect the clutch gene. And it seems like he's the best, statistically speaking, the most clutch quarterback in the NFL this year, which doesn't make sense. I believe he's had 5 game-winning drives this year, which is nuts. So as long as the Packers don't put him in that situation, I'm not worried. I'm even more like, I'd be more confident if the Packers are trailing by 3 points, 7 points, and when the game's on the line, the last 5 minutes or so of the game, like, I think the Packers are going to win. Like,
I've got that.
But
feeling.
I don't think it's going to get to that point. Like, does the Bears' rushing attack make me nervous? Yes. Do I think the Packers can still stop it? Yes. And do I think the Packers, especially with how Jeff Hafley, how good of a defensive coordinator he is, and after seeing last week's performance, I think he's going to scheme up some things. I think he's going to put this defense in a very good position. I think the Packers have a very good chance to cruise.
Ooh, you're saying cruise?
Cruise. Yeah. That's if they win the first quarter. They win the first quarter. They slow down Swift, Monangai. Caleb Williams doesn't make any magician-type plays. If they're up 14-0 after the first quarter, it's wrap.
It's night.
Wrap City. Put a bow on it. We're done. And that's the thing. The Bears, are they playing with confidence? Yes. But I think it's the same thing that you've been seeing all week from their fans. Like, there's reasons for genuine optimism and hope, but that makes them nervous. They're a little guarded with their optimism. So while I think, and it's the same for the team, while I think they believe and they're playing well, they're playing confident, they think they could beat anyone, I'm sure. You punch them first, I don't see them responding well.
I laughed yesterday because we were listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman in a pre-setup to the show, and Kyle Wallace even made the point that you just said, that usually when the Bears and Packers are playing each other this time of year, they're getting calls from Bears fans that are doing the, you guys suck, you're going to lose. But, like, it's almost tongue-in-cheek just because, like, you know, they're hating you as much. Yep. This week, it seems like there has been almost a calm. And it's been almost, there's a sense of, not maybe anxiety, but there is nerves out there from, I think, both sides, understanding that the winner of this game is very much in the driver's seat with 3 to go to not only win the NFC North, you're keeping yourself alive for a bye.
For the 1 seed.
For the 1 seed is still in play. So to go out there and start fast and get that early lead that you're talking about, I'm not going to spoil my pick for tomorrow because you and I are going to do cover 5 picks
on the show. Sounds good.
But I tell you what, whoever scores first in this game is going to win this football game.
Wow. So you think if the Bears strike first, that's it. I think they're going to win.
I think that if the Bears get the ball and walk down the field and score, I think it'd be easier for the Packers to come back. But at that being said, I'm worried about the defensive line wearing down if they are able to hold the ball for 35 minutes in this game. And I'm interested, too, after we saw the last week, I think we saw what Packer fans have been clamoring for the last couple of years of, we have to throw the ball down the field. Yep. We actually have to let Jordan Love be the quarterback that he can be. It's Toyota-thon, by the way, right now.
Yep.
Special time of year. Happy holidays, all who celebrate. But when you're able to stretch the field like that, it's amazing. But if you go out and you're trying to throw it down the field and you're having 3 and out stack up, the way the Bears are going to control the clock, that's where I think you can get in trouble with 2 rookies really making their first real impact in a game, especially of this magnitude.
Yeah, and that's totally fair. I agree 100%. And that's where the impact of a healthy Christian Watson,
how unbelievable has he been,
unnoticed. Even though last week, like Dontavian Wicks, he was the guy last week. He made the plays, he made the clutch catches, caught the touchdowns. But that bomb to Christian Watson, like having a guy who can take the top off a defense is just so nice. And I understand the Bears secondary, they lead the NFL in picks. I get it. But they also don't get pressure on the quarterback. And you know when Love throws interceptions, he only has 3 on the year. And when he throws those picks, it's because someone's in his grill and he makes a stupid decision, like a random panic decision. If he has time, just dice that secondary.
I want to jump for a second back because we talked a lot about Christian Watson yesterday. And Jason Wilde called this bold. He didn't say it was right, which usually bold is going to go one way or the other.
Yeah.
I sat there and said, Jordan Love, Micah Parsons, clearly the most valuable players on this team for the Green Bay Packers. But if you go a step beyond that, for this team to go anywhere, if they have dreams of February, Christian Watson is the most important player on the Green Bay Packers right now.
Wow.
He has been superb since he has got back. I did not in a million years think that when he came back as fast as he did, that we were going to see any kind of performance like we've seen. And last week, Dontavian Wicks stole the show. You look at the box score, and it's like, wow, he blew it up. What Christian Watson's able to do when you hit that ball over the top, everything opens up underneath, and guys like Dontavian Wicks become all that more valuable. So to me, if I'm putting one guy as that third guy on the green and gold this year, I think Christian Watson needs to be him.
Wow. Even over, I understand he's been struggling, but Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs I'm a Raiders fan. I've never had that here. I love the Raiders.
Autumn wind.
Oh my gosh. Well, it would be great if they were ever good at football. But it doesn't matter. Josh Jacobs, I love him to death, and he's fantastic. This is going back to something Corey Sparks said about a month ago on this show. In years that he has had 300 carries, the following year he has fallen off a cliff in production, and that he's had not a lot of or a ton of tread used through his time at Alabama and in this league. So at this point, I'm almost staring and I'm like, is this still down here? Do we need to have a little bit extra? If anything, do you look at the second guy and say, from a value standpoint, you need him to be even better because you know what you're getting out of Josh Jacobs, better or worse this year.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. That's a very...
See, I got an interesting point from you, and I got bold from Jason Wilde.
A provocative point that Josh I like that stat, that after 300-plus carries, he goes down in production.
And when I mean down in production, I'm talking like a yard and a half a carry down the following year.
Well, I mean, that's what it's felt like from the eye. I don't have the stats in front of me, but from how it felt like he hasn't had a big game. All season. It felt like he hasn't had
more than 100 yards in a game.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Nickel and dime.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also argue that Xavier McKinney on the defensive side of the ball, maybe Evan Williams, those two anchors at the safety spot, you could argue are more important than Christian Watson. But
here you go, by the
compelling
way.
Case.
Before I forget, 4.9 yards per carry in 22 with the Raiders, with 340 carries. Following year, 3.5. So 1.4 yard drop off.
Wow.
Then the last year, 301 carries, 4.4 yards a carry. He's at 3.9 now. So it's about half a yard fall off. He's improved in the last few weeks. It was closer to a yard a month ago. But mindful, it's still this time of year, you're going to lean on your dogs more. And I'm interested to see if he's going to be up for the task. I pray that he is. I hope that he makes me look like a fool. Because that'd be a happy.
Yes.
I'm an idiot.
That's the thing. The Bears' rush defense isn't anything special either. So Josh Jacobs potentially could be the day for a breakout game. You don't want Love to throw a pick. You know the Bears are going to try and come at you, like milk the clock a little bit, keep your defense on the field, maybe keep their defense on the field a little bit. Josh Jacobs takes over. You never know. We'll see. We'll see what Matt LaFleur has schemed up, but this could be an opportunity genuinely for a breakout game this year for Josh Jacobs. I'd love to see it.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow because we're going to tell you who's going to win this game, this pivotal matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers coming up this Sunday in America's Game of the Week. But we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers girls hockey team is looking to go to 4-0 on the young season. They welcome in Medford for their home opener tonight. And we're going to hear from head coach Mike Pogorelic on what they need to do to make sure they get that fourth win. That's next year on the Dam Sports Show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
This is Alan Capps, the varsity volleyball coach for Mayville High School. You're listening to 1430 ESPN Radio out of Beaver Dam.
Your Daily Dodge News on ESPN Beaver Dam is brought to you by Prairie Ridge Health, dedicated to keeping our community healthy with compassionate, quality care close to home. Learn more at prairieridge.health.
I'm Kevin Haugen with your Daily Dodge News headlines. Wisconsin's school safety tip line is getting more use than ever. Nearly 7,000 tips last year, a big jump statewide. And the new report shows Dodge County schools are using every part of the program, from the tip line to safety training and grants. At the Capitol, proposed legislation could enhance safety for kids riding school buses in Wisconsin. While the holiday shopping season will likely be turbulent in Wisconsin, Waupun Mayor Ron Bishop is running for another term. He says the city has momentum from a new community center to upgrades at the ice arena and better staffing across departments. His re-election kickoff is Saturday morning at the new Prison City Pub downtown. And Taylor Business, already serving life for a 2022 murder, just picked up another sentence, 90 days for attacking staff at Tachita Correctional. I'm Kevin Haugen. Find all the latest local news, weather, and sports at dailydodge.com.
That's your Daily Dodge News Update presented by Prairie Ridge Health, where neighbors help neighbors live healthier lives. Visit prairieridge.health for more.
It may be chilly outside, but a grill full of Usinger sausage will warm you up in a hurry. Any time of year is a great time for Usingers. If you need a little extra heat, try one of their andouille or chorizo sausages. They're absolutely delicious hot off the grill, or the perfect thing to spice up your soup or stew. Don't let the weather get you off your game. The temps may be chillin', but I'm still grillin'. Look for Usinger's famous sausage at your local grocer, or order it online at usinger.com. Usingers, America's finest sausage.
The crowd cheers as Team Hunger takes possession. The ball is snapped and they're stopped at the pantry. No snacks, no brats, no chance.
Ooh, I don't know, Jim. You gotta shop local and save at Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly. That's how contenders prep for game day.
Yes, their brats alone are an MVP, perfectly seasoned and game time ready.
And there's a fresh deli with wings, dips, salads, and more, keeping fans cheering at the snack table.
Make the winning play. Shop the pig in Beaver Dam and Mayville, or online at foxbrospigglywiggly.com.
At Prairie Ridge Health, our rehab team is here to help you restore mobility, regain independence, and get back to doing what you love. With state-of-the-art facilities and a compassionate team of physical and occupational therapists, we're proud to serve our communities in Columbus, Beaver Dam, and Sun Prairie. Early morning and evening appointments are available. Schedule a visit today at prairieridge.health. Prairie Ridge Health. Inspired by you.
Are you aware of who's making your healthcare decisions? Hi, this is Dr. Adam Forster with Columbus Family Dental. Healthcare is a very personal thing that requires careful thought and planning. These choices should be made by you and your doctor, not an administrator or an insurance company. At Columbus Family Dental, we're a local, doctor-owned clinic, which allows us to put your health and well-being first. Call us today at 623-5559 to schedule a free, no-pressure consultation to see if we're the right fit for you.
For continued coverage of your local high school and pro sports teams, spend the weekday 4 o'clock hours with the Damn Sports Show, presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun.
Ain't it? Great goal song is right here. Welcome back to the Damn Sports Show on Daily Dodge TV and 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. We're going to throw it right into an interview that Wade Bates did with the head coach of the Beaver Dam Golden Beavers girls hockey team, Mike Pogorelic, ahead of their matchup tonight against, oh my gosh, I almost said Milton.
Yeah,
it's Medford. There's too many M's around here. It's against Medford. We'll go to that now.
After a solid opening weekend at Arrowhead, the Beaver Dam girls hockey team has their home opener Thursday night. Medford coming to town. We're going to bring in head coach Mike Pogorelic. Coach, I guess getting 2 wins last week at Arrowhead. Just your thoughts on your team opening weekend.
It was a good start. I think we started both games a little slower than we wanted to, and we've put a lot of emphasis on quick starts. So we need to improve there a little bit. But I was proud of the group. When things didn't go our way for the first period, we regrouped and got back after it. I think our forecheck really was the thing that got us going. So we generated some turnovers that turned into scoring chances. But while we were struggling, the goaltending was great. We got great goaltending from both of our goalies. Through the first 2 games, and that really helped us hang on and figure things out. But yeah, great start, 2-0, and we're looking forward to getting back to work and keep things going.
Coach, you mentioned your goalies. I guess we'll start there. Coming in, obviously, Emily Smeedema was the accolades that she had coming in. Dot Baker was with the program. Ariana Wallace, a newcomer to the program, and you said they both showed in the first 2 games, didn't they? They both played well and showed you that they're solid between the pipes.
Yeah, they really did, and I know they're both a little nervous, coming into it. And as you mentioned, Emily had a great 4 years here, so there's big shoes to fill. But they both did a great job. I thought got into the game really early, made a couple big saves right away, and held us in it. Dot did a great job to the first game, and again in the second, she had a really crucial penalty kill for us about halfway through the game. And then we got Ariana in for her first action, and right away, coming off a concussion, took the first shot off the mask. The second one was a penalty shot that she did a great job on. So both super engaged, both great kids, looking to improve and do a lot for our program. And if they can both keep up that level of play, that's a great spot for us to be.
Coach, bringing back so many kids from your Badger Conference Championship team last year, but you still have to use the early part of the season trying to figure out, where to plug in different players, don't you? Is that something you kind of answer a few questions in the first weekend?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate to only graduate like 2 or 3 kids the last 2 years, and our youth program has done a great job developing players. So we're getting some really skilled and talented freshmen coming in. So trying to figure out where that all works is a challenge, but it's fun, plugging those kids in and giving them opportunities. And I think we'll continue to do that. Through our top 6 forwards, I think we've got some good things going there and some chemistry building. And then there's probably 5 kids like fighting for that third line spot. And they're all doing a great job, and they both have different things they can bring to the table. So it's a good position for the coaching staff to be in, and a lot of really good opportunity, for those freshmen and younger players coming into it to contribute right away.
Coach, how about the defensive side? You feel like you can get a couple of solid lines defensively this year as well for the Golden Beavers?
Well, with Lont and Hoekstra, having them back is huge. Their senior season, they have a lot of experience. Third year playing for me, so they kind of understand what I expect. So they're doing a great job mentoring some of the younger kids. Macy Damon comes in and steps right in and plays a lot of minutes over the first 2 games, gets her first goal in the first game. So she's going to contribute and continue to grow. I think there's lots of opportunity there. Cam Albert's somebody we put back there last week because we had a defenseman out, and she's really stepped in and taken to it. So I think great opportunity to continue to develop her and get her some more ice time back there. And then we have Lydia Schrader that's coming back off an injury. So defensively, we feel pretty good about it. And I think we found out a lot about our goaltending and defense, as we kind of build that out, through the first 2 games. So there's a lot to work with there, and we're looking to continue to grow and develop that.
Coach, jumping back up front, you mentioned you have a lot of girls that are going to be able to put the puck in the back of the net, aren't you? I mean, obviously Brenna Rhodes, co-player of the year. Lillian had a huge goal in a power play. Emerson Damon looks like she's coming out like ahead of steam. You're gonna have a lot of different girls up front as well this year that can score some goals, aren't you?
We do. I mean, the 3 that you mentioned, I think everybody thinks about as far as our offensive production, but there's some other kids too, some freshmen, and sophomores. Addie Smeedema can put the puck in the net. Addie Mueller has had a nice start and knows how to get to the right spots to get quality shots on goal. So there's a bunch of kids there that can contribute too, and if we can get some of that depth scoring, that's going to be great for us. But yeah, it was great to get Emerson off to a quick start in game 1. Brenna, right away didn't get any points in the first game, and she made up for it quickly in the second game. And then the power play goal they put together at the end, that Lil finished was really good. A lot of poise and working on things that we had in practice and having that transition to the game. I think things came together for them there, and they're like, oh yeah, we can do this in game action. So it was good. Lots of good things up front.
Coach, you mentioned that power play, and watching that in person, like this thing looked pretty, and then you went and watched the live barn, and the way the girls executed that game winner with 11 seconds left, and even like the Wisconsin Prep Hockey noticed it as well. I mean, that could you have a more perfect power play and a power play goal than what you saw to knock out Brookfield last Friday night?
No. I mean, they executed that to perfection, just how we drew it up. And to be honest with you, we worked on that for about 30 minutes for this season. We had one practice where we really emphasized power play because we had so many other things to work on. So for that group to grasp it so quickly and get on the same page is very impressive. And I think it's just a sign of things to come if they continue to work on it and grasp those concepts.
Coach, we were up at Medford last year in a foot of snow and were able to come away with a victory. Medford dropped their season opener to Black River Falls last week. Just have you done much work on Medford, or what do you look for from your home opener on Thursday night?
We look for a fast start. I mentioned earlier that we've struggled with that. We struggled with it last year, and we've been talking about the girls, all week about starting fast on Thursday. It's youth night, so there's things going on that maybe distract you from the game and the start. But once the puck drops, we expect them to just go and really get that forecheck established to force turnovers. Medford is a young team, and the kids are hungry and they're going to work hard, and we have to make sure that we play to our pace, and that's been the message. I think we've got the opportunity to be a good hockey team, but we've got to dictate pace, especially against teams where maybe we've got to step on a little bit. So that'll continue to be the message for the girls, and just making sure we get out there, do our jobs, and really control the pace of the game.
Well, Coach Mike Pogorelic, I appreciate the time. We want to fill the rink on Thursday night, but if you can't make it, 7 o'clock the puck drops on Daily Dodge TV. Coach, thanks, and good luck on Thursday.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks again to Coach Pogorelic for joining Wade. We're excited to get out there tonight. You can also watch that game on Daily Dodge TV. We'll have coverage starting right around 6:45. Wade will definitely be on the call. It's 50-50. I'm going to try to get over there. We got some work responsibilities to do first.
Fair.
Assuming I get those done, I will be at the Family Center tonight, and I hope to see you guys there, or at least join us on Daily Dodge TV. We're going to come back in a moment. It is Thursday, so we have to do Out of Bounds. Tell you what set us off. That's next here on the Damn Sports Show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam and Daily Dodge TV.
Here's a look at your
Attention sports fans. Whether you're chasing the hottest rookie card, that next big autographed sports card, or looking for expert card services, Real Sports Cards is here for you. For everything from sports to Pokemon cards, visit the store in downtown Waupun today. Go to the Apple Store or Google Play and download the Real Sports Cards app for all live online card breaks. Watch, collect, and win from anywhere.
Right now,
Real Sports Cards, where sports fans come to play.
What's going on in high school athletics across the region by heading to the sports tab at dailydodge.com. Local scores, interviews, and more.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
On top of the world or bouncing back, there's no better time than right now to take care of yourself. Marshfield Clinic Primary Care helps you stay on track with recommended screenings and annual visits, or simply connect on your overall well-being. And if you find yourself in need of care quickly, we often offer same-day appointment options. Marshfield Clinic. Enjoy life with confidence. Explore appointment options today at marshfieldclinic.org/primary care.
Join ESPN Beaver Dam's Corey Sparks, Wally Lukaczynski, and Wade Bates in a Cover 5 pool. It's simple. Each week, pick 5 games against the spread. Then whoever finishes with the most points is a weekly winner. Points will be amassed based on that team's performance against the spread. Compete all season long for your chance at weekly prizes and bragging rights. The contest runs during the NFL regular season only from September 2nd to January 4th. The grand prize is a trip to none other than the amazing Chula Vista Resort and Water Park for 4, plus 4 rounds of 18 holes and 2 GPS-enabled golf carts at Coldwater Canyon Golf Course, as well as dining passes. Weekly prize winners can claim an ESPN Beaver Dam hat.
Must be 18 years or older to enter. One delay valid to a driver's license.
Simply download the Cover 5 app and join the ESPN Beaver Dam League by entering code BD2025. Earn your chance to claim those prizes. Join Cover 5 today.
Hey, it's Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam in Watertown. Our Black Friday sale's going, and you can save big with up to 60% off of list prices. Take advantage of these amazing discounts on this Windsor accent chair for as little as $119, available in multiple color options, or the Riles sofa, available in 2 color options for as little as $339. We do have some while supplies last items. Thea Queen sleigh bed is only $299,
while supplies last. So take advantage of all of these fun sales. The Fron reclining sofa is only $499, made by Ashley Furniture and available in 2 different color options. And check out this stylish leather power reclining sofa as little as $799. Take advantage of all the Black Friday savings going on right now during our Black Friday Thanksgiving sale. Stacy with Slumberland, Beaver Dam, and Watertown.
Bring home the comfort you've been dreaming of at Slumberland Furniture of Beaver Dam and Watertown.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Sports, spice, and occasionally nice. You're tuned in to Corey and Wally on the Damn Sports Show, presented by Real Sports Cards in Waupun, Dodge County's local sports show on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam.
Who let the dogs out? If you are looking for a one-stop shop for all things sports cards, head over to Real Sports Cards in Waupun or check out their app. Whether you're into sports cards or Pokemon, Real Sports Cards has you covered. With live break streaming right on the app, you can grab individual cards on the go, be a part of a group, and watch for your favorite players and teams as the packs get open. Go to the Apple or Google Play Store today and take your collection to the next level with Real Sports Cards, your local resource for all things sports cards, Pokemon cards, and more. And Riley, it is Thursday, and that means it's out of bounds. And you are my guest, my co-host today. I am diverting the floor to you because you were fired up about something.
Yeah, it's an honor, first and foremost, to be your co-host and for you to cede the floor to me. We were talking baseball in the break, and I brought up my beloved Milwaukee Brewers. Well, the Brewers yesterday announced a surprise announcement that powder blue is coming back. And they made the announcement, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, let's go. Finally, we're getting powder blue uniforms back, like maybe New City Connect, maybe just an alternate. Sick. And then today, they're released, and it's a powder blue jersey, just about perfection, in my opinion. It's the same as the road gray, but just powder blue, and I'm like, oh, beautiful, beautiful. But then, I look at the pants. What color are the pants? They're gray!
They did baby blue, baby blue.
Why are the pants gray? You're announcing this powder blue uniform. You're using all these old pictures and videos to hype it up from the 80s. And they're all full powder blue. And then they release it, just a jersey? Mizorowski wearing a powder blue jersey with gray pants. That is just sickening. It's horrible. Like, triple mismatch can kind of work in some cases. This is not one of them. The whole reason powder blue exists in baseball is because of the advent of the color TV. Teams wanted to switch from gray to powder blue because it popped more. The whole point of powder blue is to get rid of the gray. Why are we trying to combine them? And are they too cheap to get the blue pants too? Like, oh my gosh! And I'm a big uniform guy, so this makes me so irritated. I don't understand. It would have been perfect, literally a perfect alternate uniform. I'd be so happy. Just make it the official road uniform. Only wear all powder blue. And even just an announcement like, hey, because I know last year when they switched templates of the jerseys and everyone complained and whatnot, and like the whites were mismatching, MLB came out and announced like, hey, there was dye issues, like they literally, like in the factories there were issues, so we'll fix it next year. If they come out and say, hey, we just can't get the blue pants, they're working on it, which it would be bogus because the Cardinals do, everyone does it, the Blue Jays. If they came out and said that, at least, like you said, a light at the end of the tunnel for next year, and we could see powder blue, but nope, we're just stuck with powder blue and gray.
I will say this, because it is at least a step in the right direction of where the powder blue you had with the City Connects were awful.
They've grown on me. As a Brewers fan, they've grown on me. They've grown on me.
You've grown on me too, Riley. Thank you so much for being with me today.
Thank you. I should be here tomorrow. We'll confirm later.
We will, and I can't wait for it. Have fun at the Badgers game tonight. Thank you. Looking forward to chatting with you some more.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You got it. That's going to do it for us here on the Damn Sports Show. We'll be back same time, same place tomorrow with another episode. Have a great night, everybody.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by Watertown Regional Medical Center.